Welcome to the Raw Food Health Empowerment Show. I'm your host, Samantha Salmon, certified holistic health coach and author of You Can Afford to Be Healthy. And recently, I tried the low FODMAP diet, and this is what happened. Now, I go more into detail on my experience on the blog, but basically why I decided to go low FODMAP is because I was experiencing bloating, painful bloating, primarily. That was the reason why. And so I decided, let me just try this and see what kind of alterations I need to make, because I haven't really made any huge adjustments other than going vegan and eating high raw. I've been doing that primarily the past 10 years, so I haven't really made any major adjustments. So I figured, let me just give this elimination diet protocol a try to see, how I can alleviate this painful bloating that I was experiencing. And it's not just for gas and bloating. The low FODMAP diet is great if you're even experiencing heartburn or any type of digestive disorder, but this was, my situation. Basically, how I did it, typically it's supposed to be like a 2 to 6 week process, or actually, depending on how bad it is, it could even be a month, because you have to go through eliminating things, reintroducing foods you think might be causing the problem, and just testing each one individually. I reviewed the foods that I thought would be it based off of a list of foods that are known to cause digestive upset, and I make a book recommendation on the blog. I can't remember it off the top of my head right now, but it's a really great book, very easy to understand, clear, lays it out, how to do the program. And there's a easy food list, green foods, foods to watch out for and just keep in low moderation, and then foods that are an absolute no, and more than likely this is what's causing the problem. So I started basically there and just looked at my diet, what I was eating, and comparing that to the list, and testing from there. So I actually went out to eat and bought salads every day from Sweet Green, and I made an adjustment to the salad, and then was testing these foods that I figured was doing it, and I found out that cauliflower was a problem. But the big thing that just changed my entire whole experience, I guess, of dietary eating, it was just really tough for me, was finding out that bananas was causing the problem. And not even so much bananas, it's just I can have bananas. Bananas are fine food. I was just eating too much. And in general, I was eating too much, which I tend to do. But through that whole process, I learned it's okay for me to overeat if I want to, but I just need to overeat on vegetables and over consume water. Those are the two areas where if I'm ODing on those things, then my stomach is happy and I'm not having bloating or anything like that. So for me, I found out it was bananas because I do 4 at a time as opposed to 1. So I've altered my diet for that too. Plus I'm on this new fitness regimen because I'm trying to lose, I'm trying to get down to 24% body fat by the end of September. That's my personal goal, and try and get these arms like Serena Williams. That's been a goal of mine for a while, but I really have not been consistent at trying to achieve that. But this time, I'm working on it, seeing how close I could get there. But first, I need to get my body fat percentage down, and in that process, work on building these gains. So with that regimen that I'm on to achieve that goal, plus this situation, I came up with a plan where basically I'm having a banana smoothie in the evening, and I'm limiting it to 1 or 2, not doing 3 or 4 like I typically do, or have done in the past. And that has helped. Well, for a whole month, actually, I wasn't consuming bananas at all. I decided, like, if I'm not able to do 4 at a time in a smoothie, I'm just not going to do it. So I did that. But then with this whole new fitness regimen that I'm on, I got an instance of vertigo again. I had that vertigo experience again, and basically what that is where you're feeling dizzy and nauseated at the same time, and it usually flares up like when I'm doing a lot of up and down movements, like HIIT workouts and things like that, which most of my workouts right now are predominantly strength training, but I am doing some plyometrics, and it hit me. And at the time, it really wasn't, this workout in particular, I wasn't doing any plyometrics. I was just lifting heavy. My heart rate was up. And I mean, heavy to me, I don't know what I was doing. Probably, not more than 25 pounds. Most likely it was like 5 or 10 pounds or something like that. But my heart rate was up. And I just felt really sick. And I couldn't even finish the workout. And then I discovered that basically I needed more B vitamins, and I needed more raw foods in my diet. I needed more greens. I needed bananas. I needed those things that I had, taken out. Most of my greens that I consume is in my smoothies. Yeah, I have the salad, but most of the time the greens are in my smoothie. So not consuming bananas had, I was not consuming these nutrients that I needed, and so I was having that experience. So now after that experience, I'm back on bananas. I'm just keeping it in a small quantity, and so that was basically the lesson I learned, is that yes, I overeat, and yes, it can cause issues, and it's very easy, like for me, coming out of that whole 80-10-10 ideology and raw lifestyle and stuff, with this idea that you can just eat as much as you want and it's fine. For me, it was difficult to cut back and scale back, or I should say it has been, because it's a process, right? But this is my fix, is just, consuming more water, consuming more greens, and those are the areas that I need to overdo. And when you go through this process, if you decide, like if you're having any kind of digestive disorders and you decide to go through this process, you're going to find that different foods are triggering for you, and the fix for you is something different. And that's really what this whole experiment is about. It's very individual. Everyone's body is a unique petri dish. And so you just become a scientist, and your body's a lab, and you figure it out for yourself. And this book is just a really great guide. So anyway, that's been my experience, and I hope you guys have a blessed week, and I'll see you next week.